is how do you, and I may not use the right word, so you coach me through it. How do you price or value a business properly? And isn't there maybe sometimes some discrepancy or a little bit of a gap between what a owner thinks his baby is worth and what a buyer might feel like is worth?
Yeah. You were generous by saying gap. So you are correct. This is a business valuation. We do a lot of what we call market-driven valuations. And what I like to tell my clients is, listen, I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm not asking you to even accept what I'm saying as being accurate. What I'm asking you to agree with is it's what a buyer thinks. And so that's really what I'm trying to do, is define the expectations for sellers so that they understand what a buyer thinks and how a buyer is going to be valuing their business. And if we've done that, then if there are these, divergence of valuations, at least they both, the buyer and the seller, know why they're coming at this from a different standpoint. It also helps with the negotiation once we get to a point that we've got a target buyer that's interested. Did that answer your question, or I can get much more in the weeds if you want me to?
Oh no, absolutely, that's perfect for now. So in terms of timing, it strikes me that it might be very difficult to shift a potential buyer's perception tomorrow or this month on my business. But if I know that I want to sell my business down the road, surely there are some things that we ought to be thinking about, or some things we ought to be looking at, so that perception would be very different when we're ready to sell. Is that accurate?
That's absolutely accurate. And I like to talk people through this process and explain to them, listen, there are multiples for buyers to consider, multiples of sales, multiples of cash flow. Again, we don't need to get into the details of that, but those multiples are attached to your business, right? If you're the seller, it's attached to sales and it's attached to the cash flow that you create. So you should be considering these interests, right? These multiple interests when you are operating your business, because it will help in the value of your business once you're ready to sell. Just a broad example. Let's say that you've got a business that buyers like to look at gross sales. That's how they want to create a multiple of gross sale. Well, if you're in the service business, you may agree to some business that increases sales, but isn't really profitable because it ultimately helps with the valuation of your business. On the opposite end of the spectrum, you may be a business that purely cash flow is what buyers are looking for. So you may not try and increase sales so much. You want to make sure the margins of what you're selling are good so that the cash flow is good. Those are sort of operational choices and decisions you can make on the front end before you ever decide to sell your business.